Let's talk about the process in getting a work abroad visa to London specifically. If you are from a member country of the Commonwealth, you have the opportunity to work in so many countries around the world as long as you fit within the age requirement, which depending on the place is between 30 and 35. So as long as you are classified as a youth by their standards, you are able to work abroad for a year or two depending on where you are going. The process in getting a visa to London was fairly straightforward, although I do find that the Australian one is actually easier, although I find that most things in Australia are quite difficult to get. On the website, it says that it takes about 2 weeks after you actually go in for your biometrics appointment. And at the biometrics appointment, they do your fingerprinting, they take your photo. My biometrics appointment is actually in 2 weeks, so it will essentially be another 2 weeks on top of that until I get my actual work visa. So all in all, at this point in time, I would say it takes about a month. I actually booked the first available appointment that was free. However, if you are willing to pay about $100 US, you can actually book an appointment for the day after or something within a shorter time frame. I am personally not in a huge rush, so I'm just gonna leave my appointment as is and save some money there. But all in all, it costed me about 500 Canadian dollars to actually apply for the visa. And regardless of how much time you are staying in UK, you are granted a 2-year work visa. That being said, you will have to pay the health supplement for 2 years, which costed me about 1,500 Canadian dollars. The good thing about working abroad is that it allows you to travel while you are also funding your travels and making an income. In London, there are no restrictions on the type of job that you can actually get, which is great for me. I'm coming from Canada as a banker, so I have some great experiences that I hope can transfer over. Whereas initially I really wanted to go to Australia, and it is so much more difficult to really set up a life in Australia because you have so many more restrictions on the type of job you can do and the amount of time that you can do it for. So I did a lot of a pros and cons list between the two. Although my heart was dead set on Australia, I realized that it just made a lot more sense to go off to London. I will keep you updated on the process, but right now I have just submitted my visa. It was nothing that was completely extravagant. It was long, but it was a lot of just personal information, your parents' information, your address information. I did have to list all the countries that I have been to in the last 10 years and the dates. So that was the most time-consuming part as a world traveler because there's obviously a lot of them. But other than that, it was nothing crazy. You do have to pay your fees up front, the health and the application. So that being said, you're gonna have to have about $2,000 right there ready to go. And from there, you're gonna have to start looking at flights, at housing, all these fun things. So come along for the ride. I am new to this. I don't really know what I'm doing, but I am the kind of person who wings it along the way, and it usually